Welcome back to On the Clock Sports Talk. It's been a while again, but again, I have been busy. But this time you might actually see some changes. I have a new closet and everything, so my room is almost done. Um, I have work, I have sports, I have all my things to do, and sometimes I do feel I'm motivated to just sit down and actually do a podcast. But I am here and I am ready to talk about different things. Today we're going to talk about two things. First, NBA playoffs. Second, the Champions League and Europa League, a little bit Europa League. We're going to start off with the NBA playoffs first. So by now, by the time I am recording this, um, everybody has just played their first game. So the Suns beat the Pelicans, the Boston Celtics won by one against the Brooklyn Nets. Spoiler warning, by the way. The Jazz beat the Mavs by one, but not by one, by 6 points, but like barely. Um, who else won? The Golden State Warriors won against the Denver Nuggets. The Timberwolves won against the Memphis Grizzlies. And in the East, the Toronto Raptors lost against the 76ers. Miami Heat won against Atlanta. And Bucks won against Bulls. Those were all the matchups, I believe. Unless I forgot one. And Celtics against Brooklyn Nets. But yeah. So, I'm just going to quickly go through and talk about each of the matchups and just say who I think is going to win and in what. And then after that is done, I am hopefully motivated enough to do another podcast where I'm going to talk about the next round and so on and so forth. But yeah, so starting off with the East. People always start with the East, but it's like, isn't it like west to east, always left to right? But whatever. Starting off with the East, we have the Atlanta Hawks against the Miami Heat. Miami Heat being the number 1 seed and the Atlanta Hawks being the number 8 seed. Now, Trae Young is dangerous, and he has shown that he can step up his game when it comes to playoff moments, like beating New York, beating Cleveland, being the main villain basically in the East is what everybody calls him. But for me, this is a quite obvious series that the Heat will win, but they won't win it that easily as you might expect. So I do believe that Atlanta Hawks are going to take 2 games away from the Heat, but Jimmy Butler and Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo and Victor Oladipo and all of those, Duncan Robinson, all of those players should be able to beat the Hawks in 6. Moving on, we have Toronto against Philadelphia. Now, Harden hasn't played good the last couple games before the playoffs. The first playoff game they won by quite the margin. But I'm still tipping and hoping that the Toronto Raptors will win it. So I'm saying Toronto in 7. It's going to be a close series, or at least the Toronto Raptors, aka Fred VanVleet, will make it close. He's just a beast. Dude's a beast. I don't know what he does to just make Toronto win games, but yeah, he is very good at shooting. Um, Moving on, we have the Bulls against the Bucks. I'm happy to see the Bulls in the playoffs, and Zach LaVine totally deserved it to finally, after such a long career, such a long, well, like being so long without ever being in the playoffs, and being so good that he's finally able to have a team in which he's going to compete in the playoffs. Are they going to compete for a title? Not a chance. I do think, though, that they are going to take away one game, at least one game, if not two, against the Bucks, and the Bucks will move on with Giannis. And then next year, I'm hoping that they'll move on a little further as the Bulls and play a lot better. But for now, I'm gonna say that the Bucks are gonna do it in five. Bucks in five. Um, and then the last game is the most interesting one out of all of the ones in the East, and it's the Boston Celtics against the Brooklyn Nets. It's Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant against Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart. But personally, after what the Boston Celtics have done in the second half of the season and watching them play against the Jazz and all of that, the team chemistry is a lot better right now for the Celtics than the Brooklyn Nets, even though the Brooklyn Nets definitely have the better two top players, you know. I'm still going to go for the Boston Celtics to win it, but it's going to be a tight series, and I'm going to believe that it's going to go up to a 7-game series. Moving on to the West, we have the Suns starting off against the Pelicans. The Suns are going to most likely sweep them. That's my guess. I mean, unless Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum, all of the Suns just magically play like gods, basically, there's no chance they're going to win this series. But I do believe that they do have a little bit of talent there, enough to at least take a game or two. But I don't think that the Suns are going to let that happen, since the Suns are looking to win a title and they're going to need all the rest they can get to go on through the West. So they're going to most likely sweep them. I'm going to say sweep by the Suns, like 80% sure. 90. After that, we have the Jazz against the Mavericks. And although Luka is out, the Mavericks have competed the first game, and the Jazz almost, again, let it go in the fourth quarter and almost lost. But no, thank you, Royce O'Neal, for a clutch three-pointer. We really needed that. Do I think the Jazz are going to lose? There's like a 10% thing in me that's like, maybe. We have not been great this season, but the playoffs aren't the regular seasons. It's always different. And yes, I would have loved to have seen a little bit better play in the regular season of the Jazz, but we have seen what they can do if they want to, if they play 100%, if they're not gonna let the fourth quarter go that easily. And against Mavericks, Donovan finally made a couple good decisions. He didn't make the shots, but there's a difference between making a shot, taking a shot and not making it, and taking a bad shot. And he assisted Royce O'Neal for that three-pointer. So I have hope. And yes, Luka Doncic is not playing right now, but he's most likely going to join in like probably maybe tonight, maybe a third game. But there's a massive different style that the Mavericks play when Luka is on the court and Luka is off the court. And I have the feeling that the Jazz struggle the most when Luka is off the court. Not because Luka Doncic isn't great or a good basketball player. Yes, he is. But Utah does like to play more slow-paced type basketball. in that kind of sense of regards of when we turn over the ball and all of that, that it doesn't go too, or that we score, it doesn't go too fast, that we can set up on defense. And if we set up on defense, we can actually stop people. And Luka Doncic has only won one so far in Utah, and that was because Utah gave it away in the fourth this year. So I'm hoping that they've learned from that one time and they're going to win it. And I'm saying that if we want to have a chance, especially at the title, after this series, we want to have a chance against the Suns, the Jazz will have to either sweep them or we will have to win it in 5. So I'm hoping that the Jazz are going to win it in 5 or sweep or whatever. I'm scared that it might go down to a 7-game series, might be a 6-game series, but I don't want to jinx anything either, so I'm just going to say 6-game series. For the Jazz. Hopefully, maybe. Who knows, right? We're not going to jinx anything. And then after that, we have the Warriors against the Grizzlies. Not against the Grizzlies, against the Nuggets, who are not going to win this series. I'm sorry, but Klay Thompson is back. He is too good. He's really good. I don't even know what to say about him to like trash talk him or like make him down, but he like knocked 6 threes in a row down against the Jazz to come back in the fourth. Crazy. I think that the Golden State Warriors are gonna win it in 6. Easy. Not easy, but like they have Jokic, and that's why they're gonna take away 2 games. They're gonna play Jokic a lot as well because it's the playoffs, so they don't have to rest him. But usually when Jokic is off the court, the Denver Nuggets are trash. And that's just the brutal truth. And after that, we have the not Los Angeles Lakers. They're out. We have the Memphis Grizzlies against the Minnesota Timberwolves. I do believe that the Grizzlies are going to win it, that series, though from watching the first game, I'm kind of more surprised by how good the Timberwolves play. Ain't really has came to play, so that might not be as easy as I thought for the Grizzlies. So I'm going to make it a 7-game series for now for the Grizzlies. Because why not? And if I'm wrong, y'all can clip it, and I'm just going to post it on TikTok and laugh it up about it, because we can all be wrong sometimes. But we can hope. But yeah. Then after that, we have a little bit of Champions League talk to do, because Bayern got knocked out against Villarreal. We watched Chelsea get knocked out against Real Madrid. We have Atletico, who lost against Man City, and we have Liverpool, who won against Benfica Lisbon. Now, do I think that the finals are going to be Liverpool against Real Madrid? Yes, I do. Why do I think that? Yes, Real Madrid has beaten the Chelsea, who are not on top level right now because of all of their problems off the court. But it's still a really, really good Chelsea team, and they have shown also against PSG that they have comeback qualities, as well as just the qualities on the field to score whenever they need a goal. Man City has played all right. They had a couple easy games, but against Atletico, they struggled. And after watching the Atletico Madrid game against Man City, the second one, Atletico could have at least scored a goal, gone into extra time, and maybe penalty shootout. But that didn't happen. Man City passed. Man City against Real Madrid, it will be that way, though, that Real Madrid will score the goal when they need to, because they have a gosh dang good striker with Karim Benzema. And yeah, and on the other side, we have Bayern, and we had Villarreal, who, props to Villarreal, play great. They counter just fantastic, and they just are a good team. And Bayern is just, I really don't know what's wrong with them. Yeah, that's all I can say. I really don't know what's wrong with them. I hear, nope. That's all I'm gonna say. Disappointed as a German. They did not represent German soccer league, football league well. And then we have Liverpool, who basically won against Lisbon the first game, and then it was kind of over. But then Lisbon played 3-3 against Liverpool. So, I don't know. I don't know what to think about Liverpool. They just won against Man City 3-2. They can beat good teams, obviously, and I'm getting like messages from my Liverpool friend like, you're joking, we're not going to lose against Villarreal, and most likely not, 80% not, and I'm quite sure about it, that you're going to take it as a good game and take him as a good opponent, but there are always those 20%, and Villarreal has proven that they can beat good teams. Juventus, Bayern, I don't know what other teams right now because it's all out of my brain, but who knows? I'm say most likely it's going to be Liverpool and Real Madrid in the finals, but there is a chance, and it's going to be Villarreal. There is a chance that it's going to be Man City, of course, too, but yeah, I just wanted to knock on wood there. And yeah, and then we had the Europa League semifinals after the quarterfinals. Both the German teams had arguably the two toughest team left in the tournament to win against. Now, one of my other friends says no, West Ham is the best team still in the tournament, but I don't think West Ham is on the level of Barcelona, who was able to beat Real Madrid, and Atlanta Bergamo, who is just a Champions League tier, at least like group phase, round 16 team. So the fact that both German teams not only won, but they won the games in away games, that was impressive. Especially Frankfurt. Very happy that you were able to beat Barcelona. That just means that Barcelona just still can't beat German teams. Do I think that the two German teams are going to meet each other in the finals? I am actually 60%, 70% sure that is going to happen, because they both just knocked out really hard teams, And I believe, if I'm right, let me just check. I'm not 100% sure who. Table, not match day. Okay, semifinals. Okay, so Eintracht gets West Ham and Leipzig gets Rangers. So I'm going to say that it's an 80% chance that you will definitely see Leipzig in there, because they're not going to be like Dortmund and fail. They actually have players like Nkunku who are going to score no matter what. He's just a beast. He's not going to be in the German league for much longer, but I'm going to enjoy it while he's in Germany. And then you have Frankfurt against West Ham, and I guess in that kind of regards, that would be the top matchup to watch. I don't see though that Frankfurt is gonna let that go. They're not gonna lose to West Ham after not only basically not being able to qualify for Europa Pokal next year, since they're not doing too well in the league. But after beating Barcelona, there's so many. They're gonna make West Ham their home next. Frankfurt Stadium is gonna be packed to the brim with basically Frankfurt fans, and the same in West Ham. They're gonna make both games home games again, and it's gonna be crazy. And I just don't see West Ham being that good. But maybe I'm wrong. Let me just check. The last game they played 1-1. How are they doing in the league? They're 7th. They're above the Wolves, Leicester, Brighton, Everton, Leeds, Aston Villa. They played 1-1 against Burnley, Norwich, whatever. Okay. Let me look at their squad, because sometimes that helps, and I don't always remember everything and everyone, and yeah. Let me just see who they really have that comes out of my eye. Nikola Vlasic, Pablo, Emmanuel Ajobla-Leze, Kurt Zuma, Craig Dawson, Alfonso Areola, Lucas Fabianski. Well, against Kostic, against Kevin Trapp, I'm like, the quality of Frankfurt is just actually low-key so high, with Kamada, with Trapp as a goalkeeper, with Hinteregger as a defender. You have the quality of literally national team type players in every single position, especially with Philip Kostic. You have one of the best German goalkeepers, and you have Hans-Berg Knopf. Just score, man. I just don't see Frankfurt losing that. But maybe I'm wrong. You can always be wrong. But yeah, what else is there to talk about? I don't think there is anything else. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm sorry that it took me a while again, but I'm gonna try to be consistent. But maybe I'm just gonna be consistently late always, but at least consistently uploading. So I hope you enjoyed the video, the pod, and see you next time on the clock Sports Talk.